You're going to need a couple of things, and I will only recommend the bare bone essentials, and those are 4 products: a good shampoo, a deep conditioner, a leave-in conditioner, and an oil or a butter. I don't want you to have to go and purchase things that you already have. So after this video, go check out your products, your hair products, and if you have those things, then use what you have at least for the first wash day and see whether it's good enough to keep on using. Then you can go online and order some more products. So if you're not sure which products to get, in the blog post accompanying this video, I will leave some of my personal faves, some recommendations for each of those 4 products. So you can check out the description box for more information on that. Okay, so now you have your 4 products. We need to figure out the procedure. So the first thing you're going to do is to cleanse your hair. Now, I picked shampoo simply because it's straightforward, it's beginner friendly, and it gets the job done. There are many other ways to cleanse your hair. I've done a whole post dedicated to that, so you can read up on it. There's apple cider vinegar, there are clays, there are co-washes, but because they involve mixing ingredients and you have to think about proportions and you're not too sure whether it will get rid of all the product in your hair, I just think a shampoo is the easiest place to start. Now, you've gotten your hair shampooed before, so you know how this goes. You need to apply it to the scalp, most importantly, because you need to get rid of all the dirt and all the buildup that's on your scalp. And you can apply it to the length of your hair as well, so that you can get rid of any excess product that's on the length of your strands. So in the salon, what they do is overkill. Sometimes they shampoo your hair 4 or 5 times. I don't know why, but that can be too excessive on your hair and it can dry out your hair a lot. So you can shampoo your hair once, maybe twice if you feel like there's still some leftover debris or dirt, but nothing more than twice should be necessary. So get in there, get into your scalp and massage your scalp, lift up the dirt, apply to your strands, and rinse out the shampoo completely. So the next step is deep conditioning. Now, if you went to your product stash and you found that you just have a rinse out conditioner and your conditioner does not say that it's a treatment or a deep conditioner, what you can do is, remember the 4th product is an oil. If you have an oil in hand, you can add a tablespoon to the rinse out conditioner, and if you have some raw organic honey in your pantry, you can also add a tablespoon of that just to zhuzh up your conditioner a bit and give it some more conditioning properties. If you're working with a deep conditioner, it's already formulated to penetrate your hair strands a bit better, so you really don't need to add anything to it, but you can add the oil and the honey if you feel so inclined to, if you feel like you want to be extra. Where does a deep conditioner go? Deep conditioner does not go onto your scalp. You just apply it from the roots to the ends of the hair. Now, your ends are the oldest part, they're the driest part as well, so you want to add extra conditioner to them. You want to pamper them and preserve them. So make sure you pay attention to your ends, add a bit more of the deep conditioner there. So with your deep conditioner, you want to let it sit for up to 30 minutes in your hair. You can wear a shower cap and just sit with it. If you're able to go outside, bask in the sun within your compound, then you can do that so that you let the treatment absorb. The heat helps to boost the product in terms of absorption into your hair strands. Plus you get to get some vitamin D, some fresh air, which will also be good for your mind and for your body. Alternatively, you can wrap your hair with cling film or foil. Some people do that if they don't have shower caps. That can work well in insulating the hair and trapping some heat. You can also wrap a towel over the shower cap just to trap some more heat. If you happen to have a hair dryer at home, that's perfect. You can sit under your hooded dryer for the 30 minutes. Or if you have none of the options that I've mentioned before, let your deep conditioner sit in a bowl with warm water for a couple of minutes so that it can warm up the product a bit. That can help with the penetration of the product into your hair strands. So it's been 30 minutes, your deep conditioner has sat in your hair, it has moisturized, if it's a moisturizing product, or if it has some protein, it has strengthened your hair. So if you detangle your hair, this is the perfect time to do that, because conditioners have some slip that allows your hands or your tool to glide through your hair without causing any breakage. So if you use any combs, make sure it's a wide tooth comb. Please don't use those thin ragtail combs to detangle your hair. If you use a detangling brush, that's okay. Some people prefer to use just their fingers. Whichever your method of detangling, you can do it now and then rinse out the deep conditioner. Make sure the deep conditioner is fully out of your hair. And now, before we go into the next step, you want to dry your hair for a bit. Before you reach for the towel, please put the towel down. That's for your body. Go and find an old t-shirt. I know you have an old t-shirt somewhere. You're probably wearing that Airtel Safaricom t-shirt that you wear when you're in the house. Just find that old t-shirt, and that's what you're going to use to dry your hair. And why I prefer t-shirts over towels is because the fibers in the towel can be very rough against your hair, and they can lead to excessive dryness and breakage along the length of your hair. So you want to use either an old t-shirt or a microfiber towel that's gentler on your strands, and it won't be abrasive against them. The issue with, I guess, t-shirts is that your hair will take a bit longer to dry than a towel would. So just leave the t-shirt on for a bit longer and let your hair become 70 to 90% dry. So now it's time to moisturize, and this is where your leave-in conditioner comes in. Your leave-in conditioner is applied to the length of your hair just like your deep conditioner, and you also want to give extra love to the ends of your hair. Whether or not you are interested in growing out your hair, the true key is if you're able to retain your ends, because your hair will keep growing, but if it keeps breaking off, your hair will always remain at the same length. So part of caring for your ends is just making sure that you add extra moisture to them. When it comes to leave-in conditioner, make sure that you tailor it to the thickness and the density of your hair. If you have finer hair and you don't want it to be too weighed down, you have the option of either using a lighter leave-in conditioner, one that's more runny or more watery in consistency, while if you have coarser hair that needs thicker, heavier products, then you can use a creamier leave-in conditioner. If you happen to have a creamy conditioner, you can dilute it in case it weighs your hair down too much, and that's not something that you want. So apply your leave-in conditioner from your root to your ends, extra generous on your ends, and then next is sealing in the moisture. So this is where your oil or your butter comes in. I'm sure you have some oil in your house. Extra virgin olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, whichever you have on hand will do, and just make sure that it's extra virgin. If you have butter with you, say raw shea butter or raw mango butter, that can also work as your sealant. Remember that oil is not a moisturizer. Oil seals in the moisture that we've put with our leave-in conditioner. So now we've applied our leave-in conditioner and our oil, or our leave-in conditioner and our butter. We are technically done with this wash day and with your hair routine. So the very last thing is to style your hair. What style can you do on your hair? Is it braids, simple matutas? Is it twists, cornrows, flat twists, bantu knots? Whichever style you can do, do it. Braids seem to be easiest for most people and work well for all textures. So just do a few braids and you're done. You can choose to make them neat and presentable enough to wear to attend your Zoom meetings or work if you are still going to work. But there are other ways to make yourself look more presentable. You can tie a turban, you can wear a wig if you have one, you can even wear a hat or a beret. You can hide that hair if it's not good enough to wear out. So that's that. You can live in those twists or those braids until you need to remoisturize your hair. When it comes to remoisturizing, you can remoisturize when it's still in the braids or it's still in the twists. You just need to simply spritz your hair with some water from the roots to the ends and apply a bit of the oil or a bit of the butter, and that should be done as regularly as you need to. If your hair feels dry, you can do it every day, every other day, once a week. It's entirely up to you, but you leave your hair alone until you need to repeat this all over again.